What's going on, guys? Matthias here. So, today I wanted to talk to you about something that I haven't actually talked about before, and that was my experience in a cover band. You say that you want me. So, this past year or so, I was in a cover band, and I kind of wanted to talk about that experience a little bit because when I was first looking to get into that whole situation, I really wasn't sure what to do. And I talked to some friends who were in, cover bands and stuff, and I got some opinions from them. But I was taking a look online, and I didn't really see any content that kind of talked about, the experience and what to expect and what to think about, and I think it's kind of a unique perspective that I have in particular because I was coming from being an original artist and always being an original artist to now going out and playing with a cover band. So I want to talk to you guys about that and share my thoughts. Let's go. So, first thing that I want to discuss was some of the positives, and then we'll touch into some of the things that I didn't like so much. One of the positives right off the bat was the ability for me to be able to play in front of huge audiences. Pretty much every single weekend we were booked. And with that being said, I was playing in front of audiences anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 people. Now, obviously, this experience isn't going to be the same for everyone. It depends on the kind of band you're getting in. One thing that I would always look for is whether or not the band is signed to an agency, because obviously that will help increase your bookings and also help increase the quality of your bookings. But as a whole, we were playing in front of some really great audiences, and that was a really cool opportunity to be able to play in front of that quantity of people, because I think that it changes the real dynamic of your performance and the way that you look at a performance. Because I mean, being able to play in front of an audience like that is totally different than if you're playing in a local club where maybe there's 200, 300 people there. It's a totally different monster in and of itself. So that was a pretty cool experience. A second thing that I really enjoyed was the ability to be able to do my original music. That to me was a real kind of like situation that when I came into this whole thing, I was looking at like, all right, how can I come in here and be able to do this and perform with this band and do the job that they're asking me to, but also continue to enhance my career. And so I looked at it from the perspective of, let's try to incorporate my original music into the sets. Like being able to perform my original music, I was able to really get an honest opinion of what people thought about my songs and what people thought about my music. So if you're an original artist and you're looking to join a cover band, keep that in mind and see if that's a possibility. Another thing that I really enjoyed was the fact that it challenges you as a performer. So what do I mean by that? I mean, in a cover band, with a good cover band, you're booked every single weekend. And for me, it was very interesting to go from, playing shows periodically with my original music to being, in shows every single weekend. I would say as a performer, it definitely helps your ability to understand like how to preserve your voice, how to, preserve your energy when you're on stage, how to, really I don't know, increase your overall ability as a performer. When you're on stage every single weekend, it's like being an athlete who's in training camp. I mean, every single weekend you're playing out, you're playing out, you're playing out, you're playing out. So the more you do that, the more you start to kind of learn freedom on how to manipulate the stage, how to, kind of work with your audience, being able to engage with them, being able to sit here and really just understand, who you are as a performer. Even if you're just doing covers, you're still creating a personality for yourself. So let's talk about some of the things that I didn't really enjoy. I would say one thing right off the bat for me was the travel. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but the travel does become a bit much. It was really cool to visit new places, and it was really cool to meet new people, right? But the issue that I had in particular was, coming home at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning some nights because you're playing out. Let's say your set starts at 10, 11, and you're not getting finished till 2 o'clock in the morning. By the time you finish, if you're driving back home or whatever, it can become very tiresome very quick. I think that, understanding that that's part of the kind of job description, and obviously that changes from band to band. You know, some bands will book hotels and, you know, stay places. So I wouldn't say that's the same in every single situation, but I think it's kind of part of the industry as a whole. So it's just something to take into consideration. Another thing that I would think about personally is, you know, before you actually join a situation like this, is understanding the people that you're going to work with and understanding the chemistry behind that. I think that, you know, you don't realize that these people really essentially become a second family to you. You will be with these bandmates, you know, of yours every single weekend. I mean, you know, even more with rehearsals and everything else. So it really does become a second family. It really does become a point where you're spending a lot of time with these people. So just make sure that when you join a situation that you have a good chemistry, good vibe, and you guys can get along together. That's really important. Or just even being able to be professional around each other. A third point that I would say that was kind of a little bit of a negative for me as a whole was there's a lot of drinking and there's a lot of partying in this particular scene. Understanding that that does come with the territory and that's something that you just have to be conscious of will help you. Just always keep that in mind and always look at ultimately what is your end goal out of the situation. Coming from an original artist perspective, my end goal whenever I was looking at any of the situation of being in a band like this was I wanted to do my absolute best job for the band and get the experience and get the time to go out there and play and learn new things and meet new people and get new fans. For me, it was a growth experience. It was looking at something from the perspective of how can I take this situation and allow myself to grow from it. I guess to wrap up my whole point with this video is I just wanted to kind of give some insight, like I said, to someone who might be sitting here as an original artist and thinking, well, I have an opportunity to do this, should I do it? I would say absolutely, try it. I think it's something that's totally worth it. Just be very clear as to what your objectives are, what you're looking to get out of the situation, and be very clear with and honest with people when you're joining a situation, and be honest with yourself. That you're willing to take on, you know, both the pros and cons of this kind of experience. So, again, it's like anything in life, you know, look at it, assess it, and really understand what you're getting into. If you guys like this video and you want to see more content like this, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell below for notifications. I will be making some more content. I'm really trying to push more onto my YouTube channel outside of just putting on their music. I kind of want to tell you guys more about what's going on in my life and talk more about, you know, my experiences. So again, let me know what you guys want to see. If you like this kind of content, please comment and let me know below. If you have any questions, please be sure to send me a DM or leave me a comment below. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace. Thanks.